Hey everybody, this is Charles Stokes with Stokes Mosquito and Outdoor Pest Control. We're in North Augusta, South Carolina, the Augusta, Georgia area, what we call the CSRA Central Savannah River area. This is the first week, we just completed the first week of March 2021. Beautiful weather. Last week it was kind of cold and dreary and rainy a little bit. This week it's been pretty nice, cool temperatures at night, but during the day it's probably close to 80 degrees today. No wind, just calm, beautiful, beautiful days. Really nice spring weather. People wanting to get out in the yard, spend some time in the garden and that kind of stuff. But I was just over at a customer's house and I thought I would just take a minute to show you some examples of what you could look for in your yard. Things to be aware of to help reduce some of the insect population, especially the vector insects like mosquitoes, ticks, fleas, that kind of thing. So I'm going to start kind of at the back of this yard and we'll walk forward just to kind of show you a couple of things I saw while we were out here treating the yard. I've already seen a few mosquitoes, not like real heavy pressure, not a ton of mosquitoes like we normally do, but it's still early in the season. It's still pretty cool at night. So when these daytime temperatures are reaching up like 70 degrees, nighttime temperatures 50, 55 degrees, I think we got down to about 45 last night, maybe a little bit cooler. These are the time mosquitoes are going to start getting really active. And what we've already seen this year is there's a couple of times that we've seen mosquitoes, but we haven't seen a lot of mosquitoes. And I call those the early adapters. Those are the mosquitoes that are going out there, they're coming out, they're getting a blood meal, and they're laying eggs. And so early March, you're saying, well, I've only seen a couple of mosquitoes. It hasn't really been bad. Well, this is what I want to show you, some reasons why this is really important to start treating for mosquitoes now. Even though you're not seeing a lot of adults, I'll show you a couple of things that I saw here that probably more than the average person would have at their house, but it's still kind of important. So the first one is, just because I'm at the back, I'll show you this. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a trail right there. And if you look down at it, you can just see there's a ton of deer prints in here. And I don't know that my video camera is picking it up real well, but this is a well-worn path for deer. They come through here probably every night, just because there's a garden over here behind me, or what's the makings of a garden. So this is like perfect habitat for ticks. They can hang out on this higher brush, you know, it's kind of calf height stuff. And when deer come by, or dogs, other animals, cats, people, they can like jump off and you know, it's easy to pick them up. Here they've been working on drainage issues. Like this is coming off a hill, kind of rolling area, and so all the water ends up here. Kind of hard to tell, but there's water just constantly running right there. That's not mosquito problem, because if that water's running, mosquitoes are not going to lay eggs in it. The stuff that sits still will have mosquitoes in it. So just right here in this little area, this is an area that we know that the kids come out and play. We've already got the makings for mosquitoes and ticks, both, right? And the product that we use for mosquito, primarily mosquito, we also use for ticks in an area like this. But here was one of the first ones I saw. If you look down here in the water, hopefully, you see these little black specks. Looks like a black grain of rice. Let's see if I can get one on my finger. You can usually pick one up. I start seeing a few mosquitoes here. But that's a raft. Those are called rafts. And what that is, try to get to the shadow so you can see it. What that is where mosquitoes lay eggs. Right? And that's probably 100 mosquito eggs. I'm going to try to disturb it with my finger. Change fingers. So it broke when I switched fingers, but what that is just tons of mosquito eggs. Probably can't see it real well, but it breaks apart and looks like dust, but those are mosquito eggs. So one mosquito, after it's had a blood meal, will come and lay a raft of eggs, and those are either going to be Colex or Anopheles mosquitoes. Not that it matters, because a mosquito's a mosquito, they bite, but I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 3 of them right there. That's 3 little rafts together, right? Those are mosquito eggs. And when you hit them, they break apart. I'm trying to get it on my finger where you can see it a little bit better. So as you can see, I just barely touch it and it falls apart, but those are all eggs. So when we're out here treating a yard, we're not only going to treat the vegetation that mosquitoes harbor in, we're also going to be treating these bodies of water. So we're treating mosquitoes with an adulticide to kill any adult mosquitoes. And then we're using a larvicide so that when these eggs hatch out, it'll kill the larvae. The larvae won't be able to develop into adults. And then we're using a growth regulator that'll keep future generations of mosquitoes that hatch out from being able to turn into full-grown adults. For example, a 5-gallon bucket filled with water. So when we come out and treat a yard, this is the kind of stuff that we're looking for. And we'll go around and try to dump all this stuff out just so mosquitoes can't breed in it. They only need just a little bit of water. It takes about a ½ inch of water. It only takes about a ½ inch of water for mosquitoes to breed. That's all they need. In an area like this, like we haven't had rain in almost a week now, but it's been cool. And in this particular case, this yard has a lot of water that's coming in off of other areas. And let's switch this around here. It's kind of hard to see, but where they've been trying to clear and get this water to drain off the property, where these tire tracks are from the heavy equipment, mosquitoes will breed in this stuff as well. There's plenty of stuff here. So all the standing water is kind of stagnant. That's what mosquitoes like. Mosquitoes like stagnant water. So if you're seeing stuff like algae growing on water, you know it's been here for a while. That's definitely something to look for. If you have that kind of stuff, either fill the holes or try to figure out how to get it to drain off. This is another little spot. You can see there's hopefully, let's see if I can go over here maybe, along the edge there. So right here, these are all rafts of mosquito eggs. And the worst part about that is that right here is their dog pen. So there's a pretty good chance that the mosquitoes that are out here, they're feeding on the dog. Then they're coming out here and laying eggs, which breeds more mosquitoes. And then, as you're aware, mosquito transmit heartworm, the heartworm virus. So there was a few other things in this yard that we saw that were great breeding spots for mosquitoes. They have some culverts that I'm sure hold water. But again, we treat all those. We're going to treat all those with a larvicide, just to make sure that if anything does hatch in there, that it doesn't grow to adult. That's the best way to do it. Kind of a 3-prong approach. We're going to, well, 4-prong really. We're going to empty out any water that we can empty out. The stuff that we can't empty out, we're going to treat with a larvicide. And then when we spray for the adults, we're also going to add a growth regulator that keeps any future generations of mosquitoes from developing. One last spot I wanted to show you. A couple of nice watercraft here, jet skis. And for any of y'all that have jet skis, you know that they hold water just like boats. Mosquitoes will also lay eggs in these guys. And in this case, if they know that it's going to have water, they'll also, another breed of mosquitoes will lay eggs on the sides. They'll kind of glue them to the sides and just fill up with water. The eggs will hatch out. And then they have a perfect area here. If a mosquito can get in a short time, 5 days, full length, maybe 7 to 10 days, they can go from eggs, larva, full-grown adult, and they can be out biting and laying more eggs. It doesn't take them long. So anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch this. I didn't mean for it to be quite so long, but I just wanted to share with you some stuff to look for. And if you have any standing water, you can actually go out there and see if you have any mosquitoes laying eggs in the water. Sometimes they're black like that. Sometimes they're a little bit lighter, more of a white color, looks like a grain of rice. If you're having problems with mosquitoes, you can give us a call, 803-474-0002. We service all the CSRA, Aiken County, Richmond County, Columbia County, the Aiken, Augusta, Grovetown, Martinez area. You can look us up online, stokesmosquito.com. And of course, we're on, like everybody else, we're on Facebook, Stokes Mosquito. If you just have questions or you want somebody to come out and kind of walk your yard with you to see what you got, give us a call. Or if you're looking for somebody to take care of all your outdoor pest control needs, we specialize in vector insects, fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, but we also take care of everything else, primarily outdoors, roaches, grubs, army worms when they come out in the fall, any of that kind of stuff that you have, wasps, yellow jackets, hornets, bees. We don't kill honeybees. I'm a South Carolina certified beekeeper. If you have a concern about honeybees in your area where they may be nesting, let us know. If you get them in your house, you get them in the walls of your house or somewhere like that, you're probably going to lose that hive. But if you see a swarm show up in your yard, give us a call. If we can get out there and get it before it moves on, we'd love to rehome them. So anyway, Charles Stokes, Stokes Mosquito, Stokes Pest Control. We will talk to you soon.